Hi, this is Steve. I'm going to go over a quick installation of xLights. We'll get a song in there. We'll get some timing marks set up and just a few models and just to get started to play around. So first thing we need to do is grab the software at xlights.org, and it's a quick download. On the left column here, you'll have the downloads. And what I like to do is take the most recent beta. Lately, the betas have been very stable. I think most people ran their shows for 2016 with the latest beta, and that's what I'm going to grab here. Usually it's a bit faster. I'm on Wi-Fi at home and I'm far away from my access point. So we're just going to run the setup here. What I like to do also is choosing the installation folder. I take the default, but what I do is I add the version number at the end of that. So this is a .56. I add a -56 to the folder name there. That way I can install multiple versions of xLights at the same time, and I could switch between them to troubleshoot. Maybe there's an issue with something I've done, or I can determine if it's the software giving me a problem. So I'll take the defaults from the rest of the way and just wait for the install to finish. It only takes a few seconds. Before I run xLights though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Queen Mary Vamp plugins. And these plugins are what gives us the ability to do multiple versions of automatic timing marks. So it's a very quick download. And what I'm going to do is open this zip file, and in it has the install instructions, which says to unzip these 3 files and put them in this folder here. So I am running the 64-bit version of Windows, so I need to make a folder called Vamp Plugins, and I need to unzip those 3 files there. So let's do that and go to my computer, the C drive, program. Oh, x86. x86. And we're going to create a new folder here called Vamp Plugins. Whoops, typo. New folder, rename, Vamp Plugins. Okay. And now I'm going to just extract everything. I think I just need these 3 files. We'll copy those to the Vamp Plugins folder, and we're done. Don't need to download the zip file. We'll go back to xLights now. We'll finish the install. The README file will come up, and we can get all the notes of what has been added, enhanced, bug fixes for the last version, and a very long list of versions previous to that, going all the way back to 2013. The very first thing it's going to ask us is where our show folder is, or the show directory. This is where we're going to keep our files, our sequences, our XML files, and everything show related for xLights, our config, our network config. And what I like to do is I've already created a folder called xLights on my C drive, and I'm just going to put it there for now. And the application starts, and you have this very ominous looking setup tab where we have no data there. This is just a quick start guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I just want to play. I'm going to add 20,000 channels of null. And I'm going to save my setup. I'm going to go to the layout tab, and I have nothing. I just want to play with xLights. So what I have all these buttons up here that lets me create models. So I want to play with the mega tree. I'm going to click on create a new tree. I'm going to drag the tree on my screen. I say, ooh, well, I don't have a 360 tree. I want that tree to be a 180 tree, and it's easy as changing that 360 to 180. Now I have a 180 tree. And you know what? I have 24 strings of 80 pixels on my tree, and that's the way I want it. And I can't get down to the save button here. There it is, save. Simple as that. If you're just getting started, you don't need to worry about channel numbers and your actual network setup group, your setup net. Forget about it. You just want to play. Now we need to start a new sequence. So I'm going to create a musical sequence, and in my music folder, I have Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Wizards of Winter. I'm going to just take 50 millisecond timing. That is what most people use. That is all you usually will ever need. And the one thing I want to do is with those timings, I want xLights to put the timing marks in for me. So I'm going to say new. And because I put those plugins, I have all these other changes or other types of automatic timing marks here. If I didn't choose this, I would only have these first three options here for MT metronome and the 1500 milliseconds. I'm going to take bars. Bar and beat tracker bars. This is the one that most people use. It does a really, really good job on detecting the beats here. I take the defaults. Takes only a few seconds, and I say done. So we could see we have a waveform of the audio of this file. I have my mega tree, and by double clicking on the waveform, it zooms in, and we could see we have these timing marks. And let's see how, I'm going to just select them. We're going to follow along and see how good they are. Look pretty good to me. I know nothing about xLights. I'm a new user, so I'm just going to highlight all these effects here just for the first 12 bars. I'm going to right click and say create random effects, and then I'm going to hit play. It's that easy. That's just a quick setup tutorial. There's a lot more to it, but if you just want to play and get a feel for it, start messing with the effects, that's all you need to do. It's very easy, only took a couple minutes, and hopefully that helps you get started. Have fun.